Hey everyone, hope everyone had a good weekend. This was recorded on Monday. So, yeah, welcome to the Voncast show. I'm your host, Vaughn, obviously. And today, waiting for our guests, but I'd like to say, you're in for a treat for this podcast. I've known this artist for a couple years. We met at the CSUN Hip Hop Culture Club, and from there, he's just been going in regarding his music, amongst other endeavors, such as, he does photography, cinematography, he has his own clothing line, he does music and visual art, so I'm really proud of what he's accomplished. And I'm looking forward to this interview myself. Also a very cool person to talk to, really positive individual. I have a feeling that this will be a really, really good podcast. We get to know Souleaux. I never had these conversations with him, so this will be pretty cool, even though I've known him for a couple of years. So yeah. If you're into tattoos and body piercings, I recommend checking out One Truth Tattoo. It's located on Lindley and Nordhoff by CSUN, right next to the Papa John's, or in that plaza, more like in the Boba Tea House. So go there. Very professional artist and body piercer. I help out there once in a while. And if you're a CSUN student, you get 10% off. So when you get that financial aid money, you know where to go. Let's see. There's also Worlds Collide Gaming. It's a gaming place. They have PCs and they have also console games. I believe it's $6 an hour. $20 for 4 hours, and they have a monthly pass where it's $35 for a month. The day you spend $35, that whole day is yours. Stay there as long as you'd like. Open from noon to 2 a.m. and then every day after that for a month is 1 hour free. They also have tournaments, Street Fighter tournaments, Tekken tournaments. I think they're working on Guilty Gear, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe Smash Bros. So if you're into that, check it out. Oh, all right. We have our guest, Souleaux. Welcome, Souleaux. How's it going, man?
It's going good, everybody.
Cool. I'm
Beautiful
glad you're finally
today.
here. Thank
Me
you
too.
for taking your time. What the fuck? Sorry.
You good?
All right. Put all of these notes here real quick. All right, man. Spit out this gum. All right, so Souleaux, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend, man. Let's see. I don't really look back too much, but let me see. Just for you, let me
Life
see.
force.
I stay looking forward, but let's see. How was my weekend? It was good, man. Let's see. I had a good conversation with my mom on the phone yesterday. Oh man, I got a little wild on Saturday though.
Okay, that's cool.
It was my friend's 21st.
What?
It was my friend's 21st
okay.
birthday, but
Sweet.
I was acting like it was my 21st birthday.
Cool.
But it was cool though. I made it home safe.
Good, man. Hey, so you're from Fresno, correct?
Yes, sir.
And if I'm not mistaken, your dad is also a rapper?
Yep. He goes by Jock Scholar, but he spells it the wrong way on purpose because people don't really know how to spell Jacques. That's my name too. I'm a junior.
Okay.
But he spells it J-O-C, Scholar.
Okay.
You want to peep him? He on iTunes with me.
Okay.
You feel me?
That's dope, man. That's cool. Father to the son, passing the torch, man.
It's cool.
So did he influence you to become a musician?
Yeah, subconsciously probably. But I remember I thought I was like too cool to like rap. So I tried to do everything else. That's why I do all the stuff that I do. Cause I was like, I'm not trying to be like no rapper. Like I'm tired of rap. But eventually I was just like, let me just take advantage of this blessing that like I've been given and just capitalize on it, you know, for other people. Because it was more other people telling me that like I should rap. Like I would do talent shows and stuff. And I like do these little battles, bro. Second grade having freestyle battles on campus, bro. It's nothing new. You got the freestyles too, bro. I already know.
So I mean, how was that freestyle battle? What happened?
It was cool. I remember it too. I was like, my favorite color blue, your favorite color pink. I rap like Bow Wow, you rap like NSYNC. I'm a C-Walk on you in my G-Unit sneakers, man. You can't rap, you rap like the Grim Reaper. Sometimes I'm rapping white, rapping wrong. You copy your dumb rap out of Houdini's song. Friends, see, I'ma do it again. Just like Usher and Johnny Lou to tell your lovers and friends. Ooh.
Wow, that was
second grade, bro.
Second grade, I can't top that. Second grade,
we was out here.
Wow, man, for second grade,
yeah, we was all over the place, man.
Dang, dude,
just getting it how we can, and that's all I'm doing now. Just whatever I can, just do it, take advantage of it.
Pretty phenomenal, man. Second grade, you had those lyrics. Second grade.
I repeated it so many times and it never left my head. It wasn't a freestyle.
But still, I mean, dude, wow.
Yeah,
awesome,
it was fun.
So when did you first start writing music? Not necessarily having to rap, but just start writing stuff down on paper.
Literally elementary school. Like we'd mess around or whatever in like second grade, but like third grade, I remember the first time I wrote something. It was Halloween was coming up, and they had the like the little telecast, like the little morning news, and it'd be like a live video stream, like in the classrooms or whatever. And they put the camera on me, and they just told me to like write something for Halloween season coming up. I don't remember what that one was. I could have been saying anything, but that was the first time I actually wrote, and I never really thought of it as like an act of doing anything. Like it didn't feel like I was working. It didn't feel like, oh, I have to do this, especially because I was young. But it got to the point where I like took a break, started doing other things, and then I rediscovered like my love for writing probably about 11th grade, because I was like dealing with a lot and I didn't know how to like vent or like understand it. Like I didn't have people to talk to. Like that's why I go by Souleaux. I was like a little loner.
Wow.
I was a little loner, but like me, my mom and my dad, we thrive alone. But like at the same time, like I wanted somebody to like reach out to, like in an unbiased way, somebody who wasn't really gonna judge or whatever. Right, I was like, you know who can do that? Like a piece of paper. Paper ain't gonna say nothing bad and ain't gonna judge me. So like I'll put it down and I'll learn more about myself, and like I'll be able to analyze situations better. And from there it just became more fun. And I remember Tyler the Creator and like Earl and them came out, and I started like writing crazy for a second, but like I got back to the essence eventually. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna venture off on a topic. We'll go back to the music. So a trending theme I've noticed in these podcasts is the past couple people who I've interviewed, they all skate.
Yep. I skate with them too, bro. Josh and Q, bro, we be over there at Petlo all day, boy.
Yeah,
you know me, holes on the left side of my shoe only. I got a couple on the right side because I can skate switch and nollie too, but Josh, he be killing it. But yeah, don't even get me started on skating. That's my first love right there.
Okay, let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, I started skating probably when I was like 11, so before I even started like recording, like years before I started recording. But I like it because it like where I'm from, like they make fun of you like low key, like they call you white boy or whatever. Like it's just foreign in my area, but it introduced me like to a lot of different types of music, because I was playing like Tony Hawk American Wasteland and stuff.
Yes.
So I hear that soundtrack and then like start listening to that and then discover new ways of like dressing, like talking. Like I'd be around different people, and then eventually my mom moved by like the only skate park in Fresno, like 2 blocks away from it, and I'd be there every day, like literally every day. And even there, looking back, it's like that's when hip hop culture and skateboarding started to like bond a little better. Definitely. And this is around when I was like 13, 14 now. So a lot of people at the park, even they were rapping. And so I just like, I jump in with the freestyle or something. And like, that's where a lot of my passions developed, because I would take pictures of my homies skating or like do skate videos for people, including myself, like set the tripod up and film myself.
Right.
And from there, it's like, okay, I like videos too. And then with the videos, you got to add music to it. You can't just have a video you skating.
True.
So like when I would add the music to it and make everything on beat, I feel like that was like my intro to like Pro Tools and stuff, because Adobe Premiere looks just like Pro Tools, like on the low, just without the video track. So like I would work on like lining up the landing with the beat and stuff like that, and like looking up different songs, and the song was just as important as like the skate video sometimes. Yeah. So I mean that's where I think I started to get more into music through skating. So
interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
So after ollieing, that's like one of the first things you learn. What was it?
Not me. Nope.
No.
Nope. First thing I learned was a pop shove it and a backside board slide first day on everything.
Damn.
Swear.
Okay, I take it back.
I got my board from my cousin in Simi Valley or whatever, and they had a flat bar, and they had it's a walkway from their door,
right? And
then there's grass. So like I would skate the walkway and then put the flat bar in the grass and then like just go downhill low key. So I like backside board slide on that, and then from there we would like pop shoving and stuff in the house on the carpet.
Nice.
There's nothing, bro. Man.
Dude.
You better tell them about me, bro.
Yeah, I remember I used to try to practice ollie on the grass or on the carpet. So like, I don't know, it's easier. You're not gonna roll out.
Yeah, that's why we did it. We actually did it the first time with no trucks or nothing, just the deck.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's
fun.
Honestly, bro, the ollie was probably harder than the shove it, because with the shove it you don't really gotta pop it. You could just like shove
that's
it.
True.
Yeah, it's called a shove it. So,
I my worst fear with shove it's or pop shove it's that when I would land it, the board would slip away.
That's the thing, man. It's the shoulders. You got to keep your shoulders aligned with the bolts at all times. You chilling.
I never knew that. Too late.
I got the trick tips too if you need those.
Okay, all right.
I got you.
I remember like a couple years ago you were trying to ollie off those stairs by Burger King.
By Burger King.
Or yeah.
Oh, over there by the bookstore.
This is 2015, 2014.
That was a kickflip, bro.
Kickflip. Yeah,
kickflip. We got it too.
It
was lit.
We did.
It was lit. I haven't skated like that in a minute. I've been making excuses and stuff, but at the end of the day, I just don't got a board right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, big difference. You can't skate without a board.
You really can't.
I'm gonna get one probably after this, man. I'm all inspired and stuff.
Okay, cool, man.
We'll see.
All right, so back to the music. You released a project. It's called 11.
111.
111.
111.
What was that title about?
Like I'm big on like numerology, and I mean I thought I was crazy, but every time I bring it up, like other people like they tell me, oh, I got these my numbers too. Like I got different numbers or whatever. But like leading up to that, it was just like when I would look at certain numbers, like for example, like 11, like 14, 33, 7, like just my personal numbers, it's just like whenever I would see it and I felt like anxious or like out of place or whatever, I look at it and be like, okay, I was meant to see that. Like I'm in the right place at the right time. Like if I check the time and it's something like 111 or something, and I'm like, watch, everybody gonna check the time now. After listening to this, it's always gonna be 111. But I'll check the time or whatever and it'd be like, okay, all right, I'm supposed to be checking the time. Something important is going on right now. Like,
yeah.
But I know it's all in my head, but it's just a little self-fulfilling prophecy I have. But 111 specifically, it's the number of like universal consciousness.
Is it?
So yeah, and I'm big on like Hare Krishna, that movement, and like after reading up on a few of those things, it's just like there's nothing I don't agree with this. Like I want to be in tune universally with everybody, and I feel like there is like a frequency that like we always got the option to jump on, but it's just like a little harder than usual because we got gravity like keeping us down to earth, you know. So that project was me like trying to tap into that like higher frequency, set myself aside and like speak something that everybody could be motivated by and inspired by.
Yeah, man. I also like the whole 111 or 1111 when I see it in the microwave.
Yeah.
On my phone, I'm like, I wish all right, something's gonna happen. Like, think good thoughts at this time.
Yeah, I didn't even know that people would use, like, that's the thing. You're supposed to make a wish at 11:11.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I was just like, that's my numbers right there.
Yeah. I get scared when I see 3 a.m. I should be sleeping.
Yeah.
That's a spiritual hour. I mean, all those scary movies.
Yep.
You know, I'm trying to sleep.
I feel you, man.
You know, but that's cool, man. And also, I was stoked to see it on iTunes.
Oh yeah, man.
That's next level.
Man, it's nothing.
I saw that, man. That's
Thank you, though.
Dude.
Thank you, though. Spotify title too. If y'all don't got iTunes, I know it's expensive out here.
Yeah,
but it's on SoundCloud.
I saw it and it was cool. And I noticed all the tracks are I can't pronounce these names. What are they?
All right. So I have 7 tracks on there, 7, like one of my numbers, like I said.
Okay.
But I was gonna name each one after a chakra.
Okay.
So I got like Svadhisthana, like Manipura on there, Anahata, like those are all different chakras. And like some of them, I mean, like Breathe Easy, like I didn't want to like, that was a song I had already recorded before I like conceptualized the whole project, so I didn't really want to like disrespect that song and just change the name to fit that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I try to keep that consistent, and it's not just a random chakra that I assigned to it too. If it was something I felt like opened up the heart chakra, then I name it like the heart chakra. I believe it was Svadhisthana. So I just try to keep it consistent with that.
That's very cool, man. It's very conceptual songs. I mean, when you write songs, what's your way of writing songs, you listen to the beat and see how, and like it talks to you, kind of thing? Or
it's crazy. It's a little wild. I've been trying to get more organized with it, but honestly, I think I just like throughout, because I had 21 years of life before that project came out. Right. So I had a lot of time to just like in my spare time, just while I'm thinking about it. Like I write on the back of receipts at Jamba Juice. That's where I work at. Like I'll print out a receipt, and if something come up in my head, I just write it on the back, save it for later. And then eventually there'll be at least 2 to 3 times where I like grab all these receipts, like backs of paper, like notebook pages. I'll rip them out. I'll see what work. I'll organize it a little bit, and then from there I'll put the beat on and like try to find what fits to what. At least for this one, that's what I did. I'll see what fits with what, and sometimes I'll have a whole verse written out and then like put it on the beat, like without even like listening to the beat. It's like, okay, I know it would be hard to fit this verse on this beat, so for that reason, I'm gonna do it, because like I like how you get like new flows out of that, like trying to make something happen that ain't supposed to happen. Like, sometimes it's too many words on there, so I'll chop it off. But other times I'll just try to find a weird way to make it fit. And like, I like new flow patterns. Yeah,
I noticed that, because when you're rapping, there's different flows on your in the song. That's pretty cool. It's creative. It keeps it refreshing. It's not just the same old kind of thing. Then after 11, you just recently put out a compilation on SoundCloud, correct?
Thank you for saying compilation. That's how I know you was watching. I didn't really want to make it like an EP or like anything like too special. Honestly, it was like, because I've been like searching for my own sound lately, and I've been making a lot of tracks in the process.
Right.
And I made mistakes in the past where like, okay, it's like I'm not really vibing with this as much. I feel like I could do better. I'm gonna just delete it. And it's like I want people to be able to see the progression. So I'm just like, if I died like on the real, if I died today, like ain't nobody gonna release no posthumous. They ain't finna go through my laptop and release no posthumous EPs or nothing like that. So I'm like, man, if this is my last day on earth, like it's easier than ever to put your music out there. Right. So I'm just like, I'm gonna put this together. It wasn't like a half-assed or nothing like that. Like I still put energy into that. Like I was up in the studio like 4:30 a.m. recording like 2 of those. So it wasn't like a half act or nothing. So I just put it together. I tried to like arrange it in an organized order, but a lot of those tracks, it's like me trying to find the balance between like me playing guitar and me rapping over what like most people are listening to and what I listen to. I'm not gonna front. Like I love them 808 drums, bro. Like I be turning up too. Like I like that. I like that type of music. But I'm just at a point now where I'm trying to find a balance. So now go ahead, do what you gotta do, pimp.
It's gotta make sure it doesn't. All right, so that's cool, man. I mean, that's awesome. I never thought of it that way. Like if you think about that, if you're about to die, use all your music.
I mean, it ain't gotta be so serious. But honestly, I was listening to the internet, the band The Internet, they had a show on Beats on Radio. I listen to Beats on Radio all the time, like Other Tone with Pharrell, the Internet's Radio. Who was I listening to the other day? Oh, Zane Lowe's and stuff like that. But they were talking about how like you always gonna be so attached to what you make because you make it. It's like having a kid or whatever, like your project or whatever. But you gotta understand, it's not like the most important in the world, and I know my place right now, and I'm not like, I've been in a position where I was taking myself a little too serious, and that would get in the way of me working, and it would hinder my like creativity, and like it would hinder my progress. So I'm just like, just let me have fun with it. Like I'm a lot of artists up top, like they dying to be in a position that I am. Like people don't like people get tired of fame, people get tired of pressure, like industry pressure, like pressure from fans, and I'm like, I mean, I got a few fans out there, but they ain't putting no pressure on me. Like I ain't under no label contract. Like they're not making me put nothing out. Like they're not telling me to shelf this, shelf that. Yeah. And people hate getting their stuff shelved. So I'm just like, I'm not finna shelf myself.
That's good.
Let me just put that out there, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, even with Instagram and social media, technically that shouldn't matter. It should be about the art.
Yeah.
But then, you start comparing yourself to other people. You start seeing numbers. Like, fuck, how come I'm not there? And then I think that kind of messes with your creative process.
Yeah, times have changed though. The social media, I mean, that's been a powerful tool lately. Definitely. It's been a powerful tool. Like, and there are ways that it can become a distraction, but at the end of the day, if your mind and heart is not in the right place, anything gonna be a distraction. So I just found like that the more in tune I am with myself, then the easier it is to like recognize this as a opportunity, like social media as an opportunity or a tool or a platform. So I mean, I'm learning. Like I'll look up like marketing tools and stuff, like marketing techniques and stuff like that, just to make sure I'm not on there just posting like selfies, like
right.
What's his name? Al Sharpton, like
Who?
Al Sharpton with the selfies. But nah, I've been trying to use it to my advantage for sure.
Yeah. Also, too, with social media, I mean, a part of me wants to get my music out there, but at the same time, I don't want my life out there. I see people put their life.
My life is mine, and ain't nobody making me post that. Yeah. So I'm just like, y'all wouldn't understand it anyway, so I'm not even gonna put that pressure on myself. Yeah,
because I have a private account and I have a music account. More like real life day-to-day stuff I put on the private, obviously.
Yeah.
So what's your compilation called again? Is it Psalms?
In my palms.
In my palms.
Yeah, I have an obsession with palm trees. There's a palm tree on the 111 cover and a palm tree on this one. Like,
what about palm trees?
Yeah, it's cause, all right, look, man, palm trees, they crazy, bro. They like, it's like you see them everywhere in California, but like they're not even native here. Like they're from they're not native here. From Saudi Arabia. And there's so many metaphors that I derive like from palm trees, because like there's this street called Kearney Boulevard in Fresno. Like, bro, like acres of just like one row, just palm trees on both sides, just forever. Like it feels like forever. And then I would drive down that street all the time to go to elementary school. My middle school and high school was in the same area, so I'm always driving down the street. And then I come out here, I got palm trees like right out the window. Like they got right in front of the OVI library on the way up here, they got palm trees. So it's just like they bend, they don't break. Like they're very resilient, and they always chasing the light. Like plants in general, like they always like whatever direction the light is, that's where they go. Like if you kept the sun on one side of the planet, they'll grow at an angle. They don't care. They chasing the light. So I like to think of myself as somebody who like bends and never breaks and always chases the light, you know, in any situation.
Wow.
They're very resilient. They above it, bro. They like, literally. I'm just like, man, y'all frequency down here, like the tops of them palm trees, ain't even thinking about what's down here. They like they up there, they mind up there. Like not high like a drug type of high, but like just an elevated way of thinking, you know.
Consciousness.
Yeah, and I want people who hear my music to know what I mean by that too. If I say anything like higher frequency, like people be playing on that like a double entendre or whatever, but like I mean what I say. Like I'm thinking a higher way. Like seriously.
That's
but yeah, I love palm trees. I got a tattoo of a palm tree right in the middle of my chest.
There you go.
Yeah, got it when I was 17. I was wild, bro.
You was wild.
I was wild.
You were wild. I mean, we don't have to get into that, but I guess you were wild.
Yeah, I'm cool,
I don't wanna, allegedly,
I'm sophisticated.
So one of the songs called "Help."
Yeah.
Something about the phrase you said 6 days till rent. Something about thank God for financial aid money, and you're too prideful to get help. That resonated with me because I'm exactly the same way. I hate asking for help, even though it's not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us? Can you follow us through that, like?
Yeah, it's like with the whole like loner thing I had going up. My name like Souleaux. I got that from Kid Cudi. He was my best friend in high school. Not literally, but just like just a lot of what he was talking about. It was just like, dang, I feel you. And he was like solo dolo. Like most of the time, he was like lonely in his room, whatever. And I was like, I feel you on that, because I was the only child between my mom and dad for a little bit before I got my sisters and my brothers. So just even growing up as a kid, I had like a lot of time to myself, and it got to a point like in like high school where it's just like my situations just felt too unique for other people to like really understand or like give me advice, and I just had too much pride, like, and I'm at a point now where I can recognize that and like step down a little bit, because I realize like a lot of it like is stuff that I picked up subconsciously growing up. Like I see my dad, like I listen to my dad a lot, and I'm like, I don't see, like, I'm becoming a man now. So I remember looking up to him, and it's like my dad got this. He on his own. Like my dad was a superhero. Like I was like, he don't need nobody. I was like, I don't need nobody. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe like I'm tripping because I think I need somebody else's assistance.
Same.
But I'm realizing now, like as I get insights from other people who like really aren't different from me at all. Like we think our situations are unique, but like everybody is dealing with it on some extent, some level, some way, shape, or form. So I'm at a point now where I can just, even if it's not my exact situation or exactly what I want to hear or intended even for me to hear, I can like pick like little elements of what they're saying and apply it to myself and make me a better person. So
yeah, man, I'm kind of in that same boat where I don't know. Maybe it's American culture where once you're 18, you get out the house.
Mm-hmm.
Once I was 18, I dipped. I went to CSUN.
Yep, same here, bro. I feel you.
I don't know. I felt like, oh, I'm an adult now. I can't ask for help when I should have in the first place. It's just tough. I mean, to me, I felt that asking for help was a sign of weakness back when I was younger. Because, you feel like you're the shit when you're like 18, 19, 20,
Yeah, I felt
21.
like I felt that too. I just bit off more than I could chew.
You're working, you're doing your own thing. Why would you need help? Kind of thing, So, and I think recognizing you need help and asking for it and being humble, that's a very mature thing to do. And it's tough. It's tough sometimes to swallow your pride, check your ego.
Yeah, that's all it is sometimes.
It's tough, but congrats for you for learning that at your age. How old
are you? 21.
That's a good. I was wilding out.
Taking advantage of these counseling services they got too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. If you're a CSUN student,
please do.
Free counseling.
Free.
Up to it's like not free the whole time, but they'll gauge how many sessions you need. Yeah. I went because I had a pretty fucked up. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it, but it was pretty bad. It was really irking me last semester. I was like, I need help, and they helped out. They helped out a lot.
And I read a lot of books on psychoanalysis too, and like from Freud and stuff like that. There's this book called Love and Its Place in Nature. I recommend everybody go check that out. But there's this section I was reading in that where it was talking about how they had this patient who, because sometimes a lot of the traumatic things that we experience, like they can be subconscious. Like we don't have to be able to like recognize in that moment. But for instance, there was this time where this lady walked into a bathroom stall and there was a lady feeding her dog water. And this lady is like very sensitive or whatever. She's like she's schizophrenic at this point, and they're psychoanalyzing her. They have her they're sitting down and they're talking to her. And as they let her talk, and as she feels more comfortable to talk, it's not even the advice that they're giving her. They're not giving her any advice. She was just talking it out. And then once she like kept talking enough, she stated that situation. And before that, she was afraid to drink water. Like she was afraid to drink water, period. Like if they gave her water, she'd throw it. Like she wouldn't drink water, she'd just eat fruit. And they let her talk, and then she told them that story of how she walked in and some lady was feeding her dog water, like with a cup in the bathroom stall. And she thought that was disgusting, and she hated that. She's like, what is this lady doing in here? And then after that, she picked up a cup of water and drank it. So it was just her speaking and her acknowledging like her problem. She didn't even realize that's what she was doing. But she was just speaking, she acknowledged her problem, and then through acknowledgement, she was able to like conquer it like without any effort. So after reading that, I was like, man, I'm not afraid to I don't want to be afraid to talk to nobody, because as I talk, I learn more about myself too, and like how to solve things. But people just aren't as welcoming. So
let's see. So you do more than just rap. I mean, you make your own beats, correct?
Yeah, man. Cool. It was funny. I was working a 9 to 5 throughout the whole process of that EP. And I had a lot of downtime. Like I was working as a product photographer with the light box and everything. I was shooting at like electronic products and stuff like that. Probably like 200 a day. Anyway, I was moving quick. I got the formula down. I was moving quick, and then I started getting them done quick and having a lot of free time after. Not free time, but just like, well, what do I do? So I pulled my phone out, bro. I downloaded GarageBand. Just went in. I made like 5 of the tracks I made on, 4 of the tracks. No, wait, yeah. 5 of the tracks I made on GarageBand. Dang, I just lied to you again, bro. 4 of them I made on GarageBand. Yeah. 2 of them I made in Ableton. And I got Ableton Live 8 from my manager at Jamba Juice like 2 years ago. Dope. He was like, we were just talking about music, and he showed me a SoundCloud. I was like, man, you got like 38K, man, and you working here? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know you made music, bro. Yeah. He was like, yeah, I use Ableton or whatever. You could take my password or whatever and just download a copy. I was like, all right, for sure. And I did that, and I made Breathe Easy with that. I just played my guitar into my iPhone, emailed that file to myself, converted it to an MP3, imported it in the Ableton Live, put the beat on top of it, and then brought it in the same studio we at right now, and then rapped over it, bro. Damn, so yeah, Ableton, GarageBand, and then one of them I reached out to Lord's son, and he produced that for me. He produced the first track ever recorded for me. So
it's dope. Shout out to Lord's son. Funny, Lord's son also produced the first track he produced the first beat I rapped on in a minute.
That's what's up. So, that's what's up. He out here, man. He been out here before all of us, bro.
Shouts out.
Making beats.
And then what else do you do? You believe you make also visual art.
Yeah. Just coming up, I was very creative. I didn't get a studio to record in until I was here. So I had a lot of time to like just explore art, you know. Like I said, the photography thing. I was always drawing, always. So that eventually led to me like painting and stuff like that. So I draw, paint, photography, videography. I also learned that through just through skating. Lately I've been like solving this Rubik's Cube like 7 times a day, bro.
Have you solved it?
It's algorithms out there or whatever, but honestly, like there was one time in high school where I watched a YouTube video on how to do it, and a little bit of it stuck, but it was still a puzzle for me recently because I just found it again. And then I started like just playing around with it, whatever. And then a lot of it didn't even leave. So I just like, I got it down and I found ways to make it quicker. Like I shaved off like 3 minutes or whatever. So
have you solved it?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, like 2.5 minutes.
Wow,
bro.
congratulations.
2.5 minutes. I do it like just to calm me down because there's nothing else you could think about while you're solving a Rubik's Cube.
No fidget spinners for you?
Yeah.
That's your fidget spinner?
No, yeah, I know. I think it's because I lost that, honestly.
Oh, okay.
So I started like playing with this Rubik's Cube.
That's smart. But, maybe I should do that in my downtime.
Shoot. I just create, man. I just create, honestly. Whatever I can get my hands and ears, eyes on.
And then also talk to us about your clothing line.
Oh, man. I wouldn't really call it a clothing line yet. Like, it's still developing. Like, I just wanted to have, like, some merch, you know, because, like, I was at a lot of shows and stuff. So I'm just like, man, I want people to be able to walk away with something a little more than a memory, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's this logo that I conceptualized and designed in Adobe Illustrator. I drew it out first, and it's like a lot of people don't see it until I explain it, but it's like the meditation pose that you typically see, like with the pointing finger touching the thumbs, like it's 2 hands in that mudra position brought together to make a heart.
I saw
yeah,
that.
and in the middle it got the flower of life, and then the flower of life is surrounded by like an eye. And it's just supposed to represent like balance, love, insight, and creativity.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I just eyes. I've been obsessed with drawing eyes for the longest.
You must have a lot of fans out there because I see those stickers everywhere on campus. Yep. Yeah, a lot of solo fans out there, man. Cool, I see everywhere.
I got them stickers out, and then I even went. I got wild and just went through like the valley, not the valley, but just
allegedly,
just this neighborhood over here. Posting stickers like wherever I could.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. That's what they say. Allegedly. That's what they say.
You got a lot of fans out there posting up solo stickers because it's not you, obviously.
It's the fans, definitely.
It's the fans.
I didn't know they was doing that.
Yeah, man. I see it around. I'm biking on. Wait, I just saw that.
Bro.
I just saw that here. I saw that there.
Maybe in the cuts. I get
library
surprised too.
Door.
Yep.
One of those poles.
Everywhere, man. We out here.
Man, and I remember at one point there was that. On Lassen and Zelza, there was that like wooden thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait a minute, is that so?
Yep.
You got a big like, was it a blanket?
Yeah, it was the cover art for Breathe Easy. It was like printed out real big.
Dude.
And then like one night at like, a fan put it up.
Yeah.
A fan put it up.
Yeah, I was right in my back. Like, wait, is that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's dope, cool. Man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We out here.
What else do you do? We got visual art. Oh, you do cinematography too. Let's talk about your music videos, man. You dropping them like.
Oh yeah. I've been getting a lot of help from Josh and Q.
Shouts out.
Yeah, shouts out to them, man. Yeah. You had them on the show already because you know what's up. It's like, okay, so I'm really into cinematography. I love video editing, but when it got to the point of me having to be in my videos, it was kind of hard to do because I'm like, I don't want to just set up no tripod and like stand in front of a camera and start rapping or whatever. Like, I'm gonna need a little help. And then the first video to come out, Meditate, I would literally just give the camera to whoever. Like, I give it to my roommate, like, hey bro, can you like follow me walking down the hallway into the elevator or whatever?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, can you like just walk in a circle around me, like so and so? Like Gabe, aka Mr. Master.
Shouts out.
Quinn, aka Matua Stupid. Yeah.
Oh, is Matua Stupid now?
Yeah, no, that's his name on Instagram. I don't know if that's his rap name yet. But yeah, shout out to Matua and Mr. Master. They really helped out with that one. But when things started to get like since started to get a little bit more serious, I was like, all right, like I know too many people on this campus to like be making these like everyday type videos. Like it's not Chief Keef, bro. I'm not trying to be in the kitchen with like all the bros smoking with guns or nothing. Just one angle. Like nah. Like we trying to venture out.
That's
cool.
But
yeah, definitely Josh and Q. They made it a lot easier for me. And the fact that I am into cinematography and like video editing and like directing and stuff like that, it's like I know how to speak their language. Like there are rappers out there who like they don't have as much of a say in their music video because they don't want to, like either because they don't want to or they can't.
Yeah, I mean, just whatever you think looks good, man.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, but I would do that too. But like sometimes I wish I didn't. Like I wasn't into it because I put too much pressure on myself.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely. It's like it helps in that aspect, being able to communicate to who's behind the camera, like what I'm looking for, and to know what they're doing too, and to I have a little more trust in them,
right?
Because I've seen their work.
Phenomenal.
Man, this fool got some serious equipment too. Like, Josh leveling up. He probably hear this out there.
Super Saiyan shit. Yeah, I noticed that, man. Like, how many videos have you dropped so far? Like 4 or 5?
5. And I know exactly because I just downloaded them all from my Vimeo page last night, so I could have mobile versions to upload to Instagram. It's hard, man. Apple makes everything hard, bro.
Yeah,
I be trying to get my videos onto my phone. It's such a process, man.
It is. But
we got it down. So yeah, 5.
So from what I saw, your Instagram, you just dropped or new videos coming out. It's
a new video's coming out. We didn't just drop one yet. I need to change that caption, bro. Like I confused like 3 people. It was like, didn't you already drop this one? I was like, yeah, I'm saying like there's a new one on the way. So me and Josh and Q once again back at it again. We're working on So Much Soul. Okay. And that's a song that's not on the 111 EP. It came out like way earlier, like probably like a year or so before I released that EP. But it's like honestly, like to this day, that song was it probably touched me the most because it was the most genuine and like most spontaneous. I got a few melodies on there. It's a little bit of soul, a little bit of electronic, a little bit of rap.
Right.
And it's simple. And I use that song as a reference point for a lot of the songs that I've tried to, even Breathe Easy. It sounds completely different, but I use that So Much Soul as a reference point because I remember how I felt in that moment recording it. I remember I wrote it on the spot, like on the back of a napkin. Like just in here because I didn't bring my notebook and I had a napkin in my backpack. Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah. So we're working on that one. It's looking dope. I'm just trying not to say too much about it. I'm not gonna say nothing about it.
Say no more.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna let it speak for itself.
Yeah.
But man, I feel like in the process, I'm gonna just like re-release the videos that we done in the past, just on my social media platforms, just to like count down to it. You know.
That's smart.
So yeah.
Let's see. So, like last week, I asked Josh, "Hey, I'm gonna be talking to Souleaux next week. What can I ask him?" He gave me a bunch of stuff. Because I think I consider you as like pretty philosophical, like you know your stuff.
Man, you know? I'll be reading a lot.
Said, one of the things was, what can you tell us about moving forward?
Moving forward. Oh man, let's see. Moving forward. Honestly, just speaking on the context of like what I've been going through lately, moving forward has a lot to do with not being afraid of yourself. Because I realize in a lot of situations I'll get stuck because I'm afraid to acknowledge something that's in myself.
Right.
And like reaching out, like we were talking about earlier, I'm afraid that like I got too much pride to reach out. And that just gets in the way of like analyzing the situation. Like something you don't got to sit there and overthink it. Like I can't even speak for nobody else, but just for myself, like I can't sit there and overthink it. But I do have to acknowledge the essence of it. Like one thing with moving forward with me, I can't sweep the surface. Like I'm always looking like past the surface, like they're like trying to find the essential root of something. And sometimes it takes like stepping back to figure that out as opposed to like thinking harder and like diving. Like sometimes it just takes stepping back, letting your mind do its thing, because your mind naturally don't want to lie to itself. Yeah. So like I meditate a lot too, so just being able to like step aside from myself for a second, dive to the essence of a problem, acknowledge it, own it, take it for what it, like feel it in its full capacity. Like I can't hide like I don't want to like suffocate emotions, because in my opinion, if you're suppressing one emotion, you're suppressing the good half of it in the process. Like happiness and grief like live in the same neighborhood. So if you're gonna if you don't drown grief over here, you also drown in happiness. Like, that's less happiness for you to feel because it's all within the same heart. Like, wow. So I feel like moving forward has a lot to do with acknowledging, stepping back, feeling in full capacity. And I just feel like from there, I mean, the only thing left to do is move forward. As simple as it is. Like, I don't know what Josh had in mind when he said he should ask me that, but honestly, it's a little more simple than I probably made it in the past. There's been a lot that I've had to move forward about recently.
Moving forward was tough for me for a very long time. I tend to always just like live in the past kind of thing because I always looked at the past as it was a lot better back then. You know, you had certain friends or relationships back then you don't now. And I noticed that living in the past, you're just like almost stuck in time. You don't get to appreciate what's going on at the moment.
That's one thing with me that I've also figured out, because in the moment, like, I'll look back on moments that I didn't feel happy about in the moment. Yeah. Like, most people with high school, for example, like, in high school, I hate high school, blah, 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 man, this sucks, man, I don't even like these people, blah, blah, blah. But then you graduate, you move on, and you look back and you're like, man, I kind of miss so-and-so. That was really fun, blah, blah, blah. So I think of as time on like a flat plane, like past, present, future, living like on the same frame. Like, we have this idea that it moves from A to B and it goes forward and doesn't look back. But even other cultures, like right now, like other cultures like in Africa, like they see time as a cycle, like as a circle. So, I mean, with that being said, it's like there's no definite way of perceiving time because time itself is a concept. So I think of it as like, okay, I may be living right now a moment that I'll look back on and really appreciate. So, I mean, I don't always live from like a future perspective, but in that situation there, it helps a little bit just to be like, I don't want to look back on this and appreciate it more when it's gone. Like, I want to soak everything that I can right now and like appreciate it now. That way I can look back on it, still be happy about it, and know that I feel better knowing that like I appreciated it while it was there. Yeah. So that, I mean, I like to look at it that way too.
That's cool. Also, I think living in the present is what we all need to do more of. Because also, if you look too much into the future, you forget you're living right now. Yep. As tough as it sounds, I mean, you can't wait till the paycheck, or you can't wait till, you know, these milestone goals that society has constructed as a means of like defining what success is. Well, I can't wait till I find the one in my life. I can't wait till I get a car, a house. But I don't know, man. I think it's
even getting too stuck in the present though is bad. Yeah, because if you're too stuck in the present, it's about balance, bro. Right. If you're too stuck in the present, like I've been on all three sides, bro. Like I've been stuck in the past, I've been stuck in the future, and I've been stuck in the present. And I noticed like there's a problem with like each of those. If you're too indwelled or too encompassed by that. So when you're living in the present, you can't really acknowledge your past. Like, you don't know where you've been, so you don't know where you're going because you're ignoring everything, and you might overlook some things that you've overcome. Like I had before. Like my mom would talk to me. Like she just talked to me yesterday. Like I said, we had a good conversation, and she was just telling me, she was like, you were brought up like around love. Like you had your grandparents, you had me, your dad. Like it may got a little crazy, but like you were always surrounded by love. Like even though you were the only child. And I was like, man, that's something that I really took for granted. So with her saying that, it's like I'll always keep that on my mind. So I just take what I can from the past, but just not too much. Apply it to the present so I can get to the future, because the future is the only thing like in full control of me. Like that's something that I paint for myself. So I mean, yeah, life has this way of like taking you on different journeys, but for the most part, like we have more of a say in the future because we have more of a say in right now too. Right. Like we control everything that we're doing right now, therefore the future. So just without making it too complicated, balance. Yeah. Balance.
Well said. That's what I expected.
Balance. Yes.
He also said something about spiritual growth. I noticed that you are a very spiritual person. Definitely. I don't know what your religious beliefs are. I don't know if you have any. But I've noticed that, you know, from what you said, the Harish, I'm sorry, I don't want to pronounce it.
Which one?
Harish Krishna.
Oh, Hare Krishna? Yeah. And it's funny, I met or was introduced to that on campus. Like I met a couple monks, you know, the people that always like passing out books over here. Yeah. So I took the time to actually read one of those books, got another one, read some of that one. I didn't finish the second one, but I definitely did read the first one. It was called The Science of Self-Realization.
I heard about that on an Instagram post. I got to check it out.
Yeah, it's really good, bro. It's really good. I got a lot out of that. Literally changed my life. And I read this after my first year here. So, summer of my freshman year out here at CSUN.
Yeah, because I know from what I've observed, being around you, you're a conscious person, not just like awake, but you're there.
Yeah, I get that a lot from my dad too.
Yeah.
He brought us up in the church, and I've always watched his spiritual journey, and I see where he is now, and it's at a point where, for me personally, I see like every religion, like I said, I dive to the essence of things.
Yeah.
And as I look at different religions, like the essence of what they're saying, if you're the religion is love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, he wasn't a Christian.
Yeah.
Muhammad wasn't a Muslim, but the common denominator in what they were talking about from him, from Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, they're all talking about love.
Yeah.
So I would say, I do have a religion. Like love is my religion, art is my religion. Spiritually, I'm definitely in tune with like a higher power. I don't stay away from names. Like I have my personal names, but I know that's not the name for everybody else. Like other people may call God Yahweh, Allah, Jehovah, this, that. So, and at the end of the day, it's a name that we coined, but I feel like everybody is talking about the same thing without even knowing. So I'm definitely in tune with that, and I feel like spirituality is one of those things that you got to find for yourself.
Yeah.
Because even though I was brought up in the church, like I didn't listen, and it didn't make sense to me, and it didn't inspire me until I found something from I found out what it meant to me. What it meant to me, pretty much. Like even with love, there's no universe. Like there's a dictionary definition of love. Definition is it's a very subjective type of thing. Like people don't know if it's like there's people look at it a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, I think there's 3 forms of love from what I read. It's like like physical love, like unconditional love, and I forget the other love.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like it's what it means to you.
Yeah.
And if you at least know what it means to you, then that's a start. That don't mean be completely ignorant of what it means to other people, because that's how you get trapped in your own box or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, it starts with knowing what it means for you and knowing why you're doing something. And from there, I mean, I feel like that's where the journey begins.
Right. So, I mean, you do so much, man. There's 24 hours in a day. How are you able to balance all these out? And also plus work and plus school coming up in about a month?
I'm working on it, man. Lately, honestly, people take this for granted, bro. Meditation helps. It really does.
Talk to us about meditation, please.
I think of my mind as like a glass of water, and like everything in its natural state is completely still. Now, everything I see, everything I hear, every thought that I think, everything that I do, I think of that as a drop of water, like creating waves on the surface or whatever. Now, think about it. We got like millions of thoughts a day. It feel like we're always seeing stuff, like different colors. Our brains are always processing stuff. So with all that like going on, it's always good to take a moment to just sit, like let the waters like calm down a little bit, like really stretch. Like I've been stretching it just to see like how far I could get. Like 15-20 minutes, like that's been the furthest I've got, because I got like I gotta move.
20 minutes is ideal, but yeah, I mean, talk to us about the benefits that meditation has given you.
I have this like default like motor system in my brain, and a lot of the things that me and the other people do, they're very automated. And when you step back from that for a second, because your brain is so like you have these habits ingrained in your neurological patterns. So when you take a moment to just like step away from that, as much as your brain is used to getting up and moving and thinking, you're telling it not to, like you're calming it down. It's like a wild dog. Like it's not bad. It's not bad. Your brain's just doing its job. But you got to take a minute to step back from that and realize that you're the quote unquote you is something higher. Because there's this quote that I heard, like, how much of yourself do you cut off before you cut you? Because you'll cut off your finger. Oh, that's my finger. Cut off your hand. Oh, that's my hand. Arm, that's my arm. Even your brain, that's my brain. Like, who is my? Like, who is that my that's speaking right now? Like, your consciousness, whatever you want to call it. But it's always good to take a moment to just take control of that and not let external factors take control of your mind, because people live their whole lives like that, believe it or not. And once you're aware, it's kind of hard to let that happen. So
I mean, also it can be tough just because with everything today, everything seems to be instant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Instagram, stuff in the microwave,
instant gratification,
like, the instant gratification, and it's tough. I myself, like, I thrive sometimes on instant gratification, and when it's not there, I'm pissed.
Yeah, it's just our brain doing its job.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta know, and you gotta think of it as a kid. Like, of course, the kid gonna want some candy. You're not gonna be mad at a kid for wanting candy. You're not gonna be mad at a fire for burning. You're not gonna be mad at water for being wet.
Bars.
Yeah, like like straight up, you can't get mad at your mind for thinking. Like, it's just doing its job, but you just take control of it every now and then. And like physically, I know myself. Like you said, like I'm doing a lot of things. A lot of that has to do with how like anxious I am. Like, I get real stressed out sometimes. So those moments for me, like, they allow, like, it's real hard for me to laugh sometimes. Like, honestly, I'm laughing a lot right now, but like when I'm real focused and like just into my work or whatever it is that I'm doing, trying to figure stuff out, it's like taking that time to really step back, calm yourself down, take a pause, and get back to it afterward. It makes more space. You absorb more. Like, the dust settles. Things aren't as wild. It's easier to focus. And one good metaphor or analogy that I recently heard was, like, think of a lumberjack, and he's cutting this wood or whatever, and it gets to a point where his knife or his saw or whatever is dull, and in his mind, his logic is, oh, I don't have time to sharpen this knife. I got so much wood to cut. But if he were to sharpen that knife, he would cut that wood in half the time.
Ooh.
So it's like I think of it that way. So when I'm like really going in on something, or I feel like it's more work, or I don't got time to step back and do nothing, like, or step back and like reflect or calm down, reflect a little bit, just be at peace, not do nothing, sit, stay still. It's like when I get back to whatever it is that I was doing before, it's a lot more efficient.
Right.
So I feel like that really helps. It doesn't hurt, man. We spend 20 minutes like doing, like, if you add up all the time we spend picking our nose, bro, in a week, that's probably 20 minutes right there. Like, it's nothing, man.
Yo, you're so right, man. And that's what a SpongeBob episode, 20 minutes, an anime.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't been up on anime, but SpongeBob, that's about like 27 minutes. Yeah, that's a good crazy, SpongeBob episode.
We can sit down and do, and even we can't even sit down and watch an episode. We have to like be on our phones while doing it.
Yeah, I know, just in between them commercials. I feel you.
It's tough. Like, I agree with what you're saying. You have your mind, it does its own thing. Like, hypothetically, if you do drugs, it feels good. Your mind wants to do it again because chemically it makes your body feel good. Yeah. But there's a higher conscience saying, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Tap into that as often as you can.
And it's tough to differentiate. Like, I'm not like, okay, sometimes I eat because I'm stressed out. Am I hungry or am I stressed out? Am I really hungry? I'm probably not. But because of the external factors, this is a way for me to like cope. Yeah. And sometimes you have to really listen to your brain. Like, I mean, I'm not saying starve yourself.
No,
but, you know, it's something like that.
It's a matter of breaking a habit because, like, that first initial time may be like, oh, I'm eating because I'm stressed out. But maybe you subconsciously do it a second time and maybe a third time. And by that time, you don't even know why you're doing it no more. Your brain is just doing it because it's used to doing it.
Exactly.
And we mistake we got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because the moment if we do anything different, our brain's not gonna. It's gonna be, whoa, what's going on? Like, I feel uncomfortable, and we'll mistake that as not liking it. But it's like putting on. All right, I'll give you some fresh J's, some new ones. Like, I don't know if you like shoes, but like,
I like shoes.
Okay, I'm just saying, just for the sake of now, like, I give you some fresh, like, expensive. I give you the Marty McFlys.
Okay.
But I wore them a little bit, and it got, you know how you put on somebody else's shoes and they got that little, you got their footprint at the bottom, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but you know it'll eventually break in. That's how you got to think of habits. It's like, if you know you like something and it's new, or you want to switch up something that you've done before that hasn't done the best for you, or you want to change a bad habit, it's going to feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but that's only because it's new. It's just a new shoe. Yeah. And like, if you really want to like adjust to that new shoe, I mean, just give it a day or two. Like, just create new habits for yourself. It gets to a point where, like, for me, like, a lot of my habits were just things that I saw. Like, I was a kid, like, I was placed in these situations, like, I was doing this because I saw this and it worked, whatever, and I kept doing it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But now I'm at a point where I could choose my habits. Like, I'm on my own now. Like, I have control over what I see, what I do, what I hear, where I live, who I'm with, blah, blah, blah. More control than I've ever had, ever. So I'm just at a point where I got to take more advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like anybody listening is probably in our same like age group, so we all at a point where we should just take advantage.
I think so. I mean, this is really good stuff you're giving out, some advice. I think everyone can benefit from this. So what's your motivation? Like, you wake up, you know, what makes you just keep going? What about it? Like,
it's funny. I woke up today and I tweeted after I thanked the Lord for even having another day. I tweeted another day, another opportunity to make another step forward. And it's like, I stopped telling people to have like a blessed day or like to have a good day, because if you have a day, you good. Like, 'cause some people didn't even get to have that. So, I mean, my why is just, as cliche as it may sound, bro, I just love my life.
Yeah.
And I like to grow. And I like being inspired. And I like to feel. I like to inspire others. Like, I like to learn new things. Like, I like to see new things, do new things, like, reflect. Like, it's not a job. Like, life isn't a chore. Like, the fact that I even want to be alive, like, I'm grateful for that, because there's some people who are living who like don't want to be alive, and I'm just grateful. Oh, my bad. Okay, I'm just grateful, you know, that that I'm even like in a position, in a mind state to even say something like that, and like that just makes me want to live more. So
yeah,
I just live for life.
Awesome.
Like, that's my why. That's why I do everything that I do. And it's a fire that will never run out as long as I'm living. If life is your fuel, then as long as you living, you're gonna be fueled. Like, if money's your fuel, then the money gone, you're not gonna be fueled. If people are your fuel, then when the people gone, you're not gonna have no fuel. Mm-hmm. If you're your own fuel, if life is your fuel, like, you never gonna run out of that as long as you living. So yeah, man. That's why I do what I do, man.
Well said. Well said. So you mentioned, so I take it you live obviously with, you know, Mr. Master and Matula.
Yep.
I mean, there must be such like inspiration living with artists as well. I mean, it's that artistic creativity in the air.
Yeah, sometimes I feel guilty because like I'll be going through like a writer's block or something, or like I haven't recorded in a while, and I walk in the house and everybody writing and making beats. Yeah, I'm just like, dang, man, I don't get no breaks. But it's always good. We're always piggybacking on each other, like feeding off each other's vibes and stuff. It's like show and tell, like every couple of days in there, like, hey, look at this beat, bro, or like, oh, you see that track I just uploaded? Like, I always got something to show too. I always got something to talk about. It's always cool. But it's definitely an environment that puts good pressure on you.
That's good.
Good pressure. Don't nobody have no pressure to do the dishes though. We need some of that pressure sometimes.
Yeah,
but
you don't want the bugs. No, it's tough. It's tough living.
That's good though. We be going in. Be going in.
All right, so where can we find you on internet and social media?
Souleaux. That's SOULEAUX. I find the easier way to think of it. I might be making it more difficult. I don't know. But soul, like a spirit, and then E, and then aux, like an aux cable.
Okay.
So SOULEAUX. That's Instagram. That's Twitter. The rest of the stuff is like for my photography or whatever, but for the sake of right now, just Instagram, Twitter. I mean, SOULEAUX. Y'all can find me.
And then you have multiple Instagram accounts.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to lessen down and bring it all together, bro. Like, I got one for the cinematography, for the photography, for the painting, but I haven't been active on those. I've been trying to bring everybody to one page or whatever, because I realized like having a focus, at least on the social media platform, it's a lot easier for people to follow. Like, people don't want to be as scatterbrained as I am. Like, I'm scatterbrained. Like, I be all over the place, but I ain't got to make my fans or like whoever like follow my work scatterbrained. So I keep it all in one spot. And then my music is all on even on SoundCloud, SOULEAUX, iTunes, SOULEAUX, Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, Amazon. We out here.
Dang,
we
bro.
We streaming, taking advantage of that digital age, man.
That's dope, man. Okay, is there anything else, any upcoming projects or videos you want to announce to everyone?
Yes, that So Much Soul video will be dropping real soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to film. It's an amazing song. I just reserved a bunch of studio time.
Is that who's taking up all the?
Yeah.
I go in there like, who is taking? I'm like, that's BS. No one's really gonna be here.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I try to get the 9 a.m.s because no one's here at 9
Yeah,
a.m.
me too. I love having a reason to get up early, bro. I love watching this, coming up with the sun. Like I like that, waking up with the world. Like I feel in tune.
Yeah.
So
I wake up and just look at memes.
Bro, you up though? You waking up though? Like do what you got to do to stay up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I think that about wraps it up. That was the interview with Souleaux. Check out all his projects. He has the 111
album, yes, sir.
And the Palms
In My Palms.
In My Palm compilation.
In My Palm.
Thank y'all so much for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one.
It's nothing. You
cool,
too, player. Let's see.
All right, so
we back in here.
We're back because he said something about freestyle. I got triggered.
Vaughn always out here freestyling, but didn't draw one verse during this interview. I'm so mad. It's because he ain't interviewed a rapper yet.
I interviewed a couple rappers, but
okay, my bad. My bad.
Cool, it's cool. I know what you mean.
Let's go.
Yo, I'm hanging out with Souleaux.
Hold on, let me try. No, hold on. My bad. Hold on.
Wow. Yo. I'm hanging out with Souleaux in the studio. Yo, back in the day, they called me the Filipino Rufio. Hanging out here, I do all I can. Yo, I stay fly, fam. Call me Peter Pan. I'm hanging out with Souleaux. I said it already. Yo, have you had my mom's spaghetti? Yeah, that's some good shit. It's dope freestyle. And I'm hanging out here for sake of 8 Mile. And I'm chilling here with the Voncast. And yo, check it out. I got no cast. My flow is not broken. The flow is not token. And yo, check it out. Past that, what is you smoking? Go for it, man.
All right, that beat for me, bro.
I can't do a beat.
Oh, he can't.
I can't.
It's all good. He can't do the beat. I'ma spit it a cappella. Man, you already know that's this knock. Tell your fellas. Woo. Please tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your kids. Souleaux in the studio, he about to get it in. I ain't got to cuss, yeah, my armpits got a must. Woke up in the morning, got to grind, that's a must. Looking in the mirror, man, my vision getting clearer. Looking at the sky like I'm hoping God hear me. Woo. And I know he do, cause I'm looking at my life. Spreading out this light, got this love for my people. You already know, I steady looking through the peephole. Man, you my equal.
Wow.
Yo, man, I'm just trying to spread them good vibes, bro.
But I don't do the math. You mess with me and Souleaux, you can feel a freaking wrath.
Yeah.
That's how we'll go off this top, no recital. Our words are holy like it was written in the Bible.
Ooh, scriptures. Taking pictures.
The flow, I got some pictures. And yo, have you a Pokemon attack? It's called Fissure.
Ooh.
It'll kill you in one hit. That's a Charizard. The flow is not Microsoft. It goes hella hard.
Them Bill Gates bars, homie. Bill Gates bars. Man, we out of here, bro.
All right,
I'm with that. I'm satisfied.